May portion po sa TR flat that on the books and records of NGCP na we can, with proper notice, we can get access to the books and records to verify or visit the performance by NGCP of its mandates under the concession agreement. I'm just paraphrasing, pero that's how I'm recalling it now. So we take advantage of the inspection of books and records. Kaya lang po along the way, merong areas na hindi kami nagkakasunod. Sa scope, may hindi lang po napapagkasundoan. And then also for certain aspects, meron din pong, so generally, meron pong navivisit, merong hindi. That's that's about it po. I cannot give more details kasi nga po this part also of the issue between Transco and GCP.
Mr. Chair,
May I be allowed to say something?
nung ang Transco po ang humahawak pa ng ating transmission, can you honestly say that transmission cost is cheaper?
Mr. Chair, I think they are not directly comparable in that sense kasi po ngayon, ang denominator po sa transmission cost is the demand
Madam,
for energy. So kung
This committee will be the one to judge whether it is comparable or not.
in terms of
You just have to answer my
numerical
question.
number, I believe nasa mga 6, yung 45 centavos ngayon, before was maybe at 60 centavos if I'm not
Di
mistaken.
mas mataas kayo, di ba ma'am? Okay. During your time, can you safely say that there are fewer brownouts as compared today when NGCP is the one handling the transmission?
I
Mas
cannot
marami
recall
po kayong
po,
brownout, ma'am. Ako na sasagot.
wala
sa inyo.
pong ano ng records.
ERC, ma'am. If we will have more connections that will become, or if we will have more communities that will become contestable markets, we will have the chance of lower electricity. Correct?
Tama po, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Ibig sabihin natin, palalaganapin natin yung retail competition and open access para
Tama.
bumaba po. Nandun po.
Apo.
If aggregations is maximized in communities, electricity will be further reduced.
Tama
Yes,
po,
ma'am.
Mr. Chair.
If we remove the 12% VAT in electricity, we can lower electricity further. Tama, ma'am.
Immediately, Mr.
Immediately and significantly. If we remove the excise tax in fuel, which feed the generation system, especially the backload, we will certainly lower our electricity, madam. Tama. DOE. Yes, ma'am. Madam DOE, considering ang ating pong mga fuel ngayon are more or less imported, yung pong nagme-maintain ng ating base load, coal and petroleum, hindi natin mapapababa ang kuryente. LNG is also imported. Tama po?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
Last 1 minute of your 3-minute extension. Because we gave you the 3 minutes because you're the senior citizen.
Madam DOE representative, if we remove the cross-ownership provision in the EPIRA, we can rationalize better the price of electricity eventually. Kasi mapipilitan silang bumili dun sa hindi nila kamag-anak o hindi nila kaibigan. Tama, ma'am? Nakakatulong.
The cross-ownership prohibition.
Where the distributor kasi, part owner siya nung generation, kaya napipilitan doon sa bibili kahit mahal yun eh. Pero kung walang cross-ownership, at palalaganapin natin yung competitive selection process as if it is open and public, bababa ang kuryente, ma'am. I assume. Oh, yes daw, Mr. Chair. Philippine Competition Commission.
Last question.
Yes, yes, sir. Kasi po, ma'am, baka akala nyo hindi kayo kasali rito eh. Is NGCP violating any anti-competition or market behavior or whatever?
Mr. Chair po, with regards to having a single franchise owner, we note naman po that that is not uncommon in the energy transmission. But for markets like this where you have a single franchise owner, strict compliance po with regulation is key for that.
Parang hindi mo sinagot, ma'am.
Thank you.
Baka gusto mong, walang violation, di ba?
Mr. Chair, I'm not privy to any violations.
Okay.
B.
Mr. Chair.
You're the OIC for liaison.
Legislative liaison.
That's your position?
Yes po.
Asan yung boss mo?
Due to recent personnel movements po, ako po talaga yung for...
In the next hearing, we will call for your boss on this particular issue. Thank you very much, Honorable Marcoleta, for your extension, which is given only to senior citizens. Honorable Mikey Romero, are you a senior citizen? You're not, right? So you only have 5 minutes, okay? Klaro to, 5 minutes ka lang.
Baka I need that. So anyway,
Honorable Mikey.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Okay. I just have 2 issues to settle in this committee. The first one being a question to Transco. What led to the transfer of Transco to NGCP?
Good afternoon, Mr.
Please
Chair.
reply to the question of Honorable Marcoleta.
Mr. Chair,
Honorable
if I may
Mikey
be
Romero.
allowed to answer. Mr. Chair, it is provided in the EPIRA that the asset, the transmission asset, will be given to a private concessionaire. Nasa EPIRA po yun.
So very clear sa EPIRA na we need to bid this transmission grid, no? Very clear yan. So sino ang nagpabid nito?
Government po ang nagpabid
No, which agency?
through PISAM po.
Yes, no. So can we I just want to understand yung bidding process at that time, which is 2007. And maybe I can ask Pisam if you can go through or walk us through what happened.
Mr. Chair,
What is the basis also for giving that concession to NGCP or the Monte Oro Consortium at that time?
Mr. Chair, Mr. Congressman,
Please reply.
with regards to the question on the privatization, this is with regards also to the mandate of PISAM to privatize the assets of Napocor, which at that time included also the transmission business. The privatization plan was approved by the JCPC, the JCEC now, and as proposed also to the President at that time, the President of the Republic at that time. So the privatization of the transmission business went through a series of failed biddings, 3 in fact, and finally PISAM was able to privatize through open and competitive bidding the transmission business with 2 participants in the form of Monte Oro, Grid Resources, and San Miguel Corporation, Mr. Chair. Now, as to the bidding parameters, it's always a competitive bidding subject to specific qualifications on the financial and technical qualifications as set by PISAM at that time, Mr. Chair. If I remember, it also followed the qualifications as required by EPIRA that the technical expertise of the potential bidder must be able to be comparable to us, the transmission business in the Philippines, Mr. Chair.
So who are the technical expertise partner of these 2 consortiums?
Mr. Chair, for San Miguel, I'm aware that it was Tenaga Nacional. I think it's a Malaysian company. And for Monte Oro, it's State Grid of China, Mr. Chair.
So at the time